Hello and welcome. I am Reverend Dexter Alexander, and today I have the privilege of meeting with Mr. William Robie.
William Thomas Robie.
William Thomas Robie.
Yeah.
That's spelled R-O-B-I-E. R-O-B-I-E. William Thomas Robie. Mr. Robie is a 99-year-old Buffalo soldier. So Mr. Robie has got some history under his belt, and since this is Black History Month, I wanted to interview Mr. Robie, and from a Black history perspective, just glean some of his experience in life and learn about some of his life, because Mr. Robie is not only a Buffalo soldier, he's a former president, he's an entrepreneur, former president of the Empire Real Estate Board, which is here in Atlanta. And Mr. Robie was instrumental in integrating several areas, not only real estate, but real estate markets and the real estate business, but areas in Atlanta that he also integrated. So, Mr. Robie, if you would please just tell me where you were born and a little bit about your upbringing.
Oh boy. I was born, I tell everybody, in a shack in the middle of a cotton field in Baldwin County, Georgia.
Baldwin County, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, there had been some question between me and my sister. They didn't record me back there, you know. I was delivered by a midwife.
Right.
And she couldn't read or write, and they didn't record me or my sister. And my sister's supposed to have been a year older than I.
Okay.
But somehow I caught up with her. I don't know. It is not on record in Baldwin County, see?
Oh.
But we got our ages kind of mixed up, me and my sister.
Okay.
And I think she kind of held her age back one. I believe she was born in 1919, but she says she was born in 1922. So,
Oh, wow.
Don't forget too. But we were there, like twins. Yeah. So, yeah, I spent my first 13 years on a farm, Baldwin County.
Okay.
Sharecropper's farm.
Sharecropper's farm.
Well, my dad was a sharecropper. Well, he was a tenant farmer for about 3 or 4 years, but mostly a sharecropper. He was a sharecropper farmer. And we did some public work at a little place called Stephen Pottery, Georgia. We moved off the farm onto a little factory town called Stephen Pottery, still farm. But he did some public work, we call it then. And I stayed there until I was 18 years old.
Okay.
I finished elementary school, couldn't go to high school.
You couldn't go to high school?
I'm 10 miles from the nearest high school.
Okay.
There was only one high school in the county, and that was in Milledgeville.
Okay.
And I was 10 miles out of Milledgeville. I couldn't walk there every day. So I dropped out of school for the next 4 years.
Okay.
And I was 13 years old then, I think, right. 13. And working on a farm and what I could around down in the country, whatever, until I was 18 years old. And I had a good buddy, boom coon buddy. He had a brother who was in Detroit. Never forget it. He was in Detroit working for the Ford Motor Company. Deal. And he came down there, old John B. Old John B. Boy, he's very flashy. I think he was making $5 a day there.
Wow, that was a lot of money.
Way back there.
Yeah.
$5 a day. And we were making at Steve Parry, my dad was making 36 an hour. I'm trying to keep my train of thought with this old brain now. It's 99 years old. And it's disjointed. But anyway, John Pete, man, he came down there, in the country down there, and me and his brother. His brother was Boom Coons. And boy, he had all sort of money and clothing and what have you. And he invited me and his brother to come up there.
To Detroit.
Detroit. And he tried to get us on that Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
And after he left a couple of months, and Freddie Lee Downing, he couldn't go, or his dad something. But anyway, I left. I got on the bus at Milledgeville. I think I had $40 in my pocket. Came to Atlanta. I had a sister-in-law lived over in Vine City.
Okay.
Got off the bus and went over there in Vine City, and my sister-in-law was there. My brother's wife had tuberculosis, and she taken treatment at Alto. Alto was TB specialist in North Georgia. But anyway, I said I'd spend a night or two there, and then I was going on to Detroit and get me a job with Ford Motor up there in Denver. But my brother's wife's sister had a husband named Perry Stewart. He lived over there in Vine City, lived not far away. But he took us all interest in showing me Atlanta.
Okay.
And he took me around and showed me Atlanta. Of course, Albany Avenue, Decatur Street, Washington High, Washington High. The building is still over there now. And I had a 7th grade education there. I was 18 years old.
Had a 7th grade education at 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told them I wanted to go to night school.
Okay.
And that was one reason I was going to Detroit, because they had night schools in Detroit.
Oh.
So old Perry Stewart said, man, look, we got night school here in Atlanta. Well, what down there? Same building. He said, we have every night. They got 2 hours.
2 hours.
7 to 9.
Okay.
He said, well, you're going way up there for. But anyway, he messed around and talked me out of going to Detroit. And I enrolled in night school at Washington High School.
At Washington. Okay.
Washington High. That's the school up here now still.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, it's still there.
In the room. Got me a job at Southern Spring Bed.
Okay.
And I had to work some days, some nights, but I was always available to go to school at night. I think it was from 7 to 9 at night.
Okay.
But I was Southern Spring Bed. The building is still out there on the street, out there at Oglethorpe Cemetery now. Southern Spring Bed. That's where I got my first job.
And that's how you got to Atlanta.
That's how I got it. Well, not how I was on my way to but
Detroit.
that's my first job. Well, it was really, I had to look out dig a basement out here at Smyrna, but that wasn't part. But my first job was Southern Spring Bed.
Southern
It's
Springs.
at the old Oakland Cemetery out there in Grant Park now.
Okay.
In Atlanta.
Okay.
And started working with Southern Spring Bed. Went to school at night, working at night or whenever I can.
You were 18 at the time.
18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think I worked there about 2 years, and I volunteered with the U.S. Army.
Okay, so you were a volunteer.
When the war broke out in 1941,
Right.
I volunteered.
Okay.
I was inducted at Fort Mac
Okay.
in 1942.
Fort McPherson,
Fort McPherson.
1942.
We sent me to Fort Benning, from there to Fort Bragg for basic training.
Okay. Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
All right.
From there, I went out on cattle. As I said, I had gone to night school, and I think I was in the 11th grade then at night.
Okay.
And my AGCT, Adjutant General Classification Test score, put me with college students.
Okay.
And I had had 2.5 years of high school, night. But
Your score was high enough to rank you with the college.
College.
Okay.
So they put me on a cadre to Camp Upton. Camp Upton on a cadre to help form a military police outfit. 730th Military Police Outfit.
Okay.
Formed there. And I became non-com, they call it, commission officer.
Right.
I think they made me corporal sergeant. I went from buck private to first sergeant in that outfit within 12 months.
Wow.
They sent us from there to Port Ontario, New York, soldiered up there a while, from there to Camp Williams, Utah, soldiered there a while to Marchfield Air Force Base. I soldiered there a while in the military police interior guard outfit, they called it then.
Okay.
We guarded airports and ran, military police MPs in the little towns around. But I was there, Marchfield, until Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor to sea. It provoked what? Well, as I said, something tied in with that Pearl Harbor. Oh, Lord, my memory. But Lord, what happened? Wasn't doing that in. Lord help me. Pearl Harbor.
Well, that was 1945, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you, so we know you're a Buffalo soldier. How did you get assigned to the 92nd Infantry Division?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
What happened is, after the Allies got the Japanese, the German on the run, and we took back Pearl Harbor. And my brother actually went over there. He went to Pearl Harbor.
Your brother went to Pearl Harbor.
As a mechanic, as a diesel engine mechanic.
Okay.
But, of course, I went to them.
Right.
But oh yeah. Well, of course, after the Japanese were thwarted and defeated, they didn't get but this big bomb Pearl Harbor.
Right.
Destroyed it. And we got them on the run and backed them back into their own areas. They deactivated, yes, the 774.
Okay.
I was a member of police outfit at Marshfield Air Force Base, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 770 military police outfit, Riverside, California. But they deactivated that outfit.
Right.
And they assigned me to a reassignment center in Fort Houston, Texas then.
Mm-hmm.
I was first sergeant. I was top kid, first sergeant. And the 774th Military Police Outfit was disbanded. They didn't need it because the Japanese were no longer a threat to the West Coast. You know, they
Right.
were a threat to the West Coast.
Right.
First, you see, they were no longer a threat to the West Coast. So they reassigned me to a reassignment center at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. And they assigned me from that assignment center, Fort Sam Houston, Texas, to the 92nd Black Buffalo Division. The 92nd, yeah. It was on maneuvers in Louisiana.
Okay.
Rain and mud, I'll never forget it. Yeah. But they sent me out there in the 92nd Division. I became a member of the 2nd Battalion, 365 Infantry Regiment, 92nd Infantry Division. And the first sergeant I had, they still had my right. I had 3 or 3 down. Top sergeant, they called. Gave me a position in company, one of the company leaders there, and we maneuvered. They were maneuvering, getting ready to go overseas.
Right.
And we completed maneuvering in Louisiana. Then they sent me back. They sent us back to Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and staged for us to go overseas,
Right.
go in combat. The 92nd. There were only 2 black divisions, fight division. Of course, all the blacks in World War II were quartermasters, service people. You know, they didn't have very many fight, with guns. 92nd and 93rd.
Okay.
The 93rd had just left Fort Huachuca, Arizona. They went to the South Pacific.
Okay.
The 92nd Division, which the other black division, was the 92nd, and we took their place at Fort Huachuca.
Right.
We staged there for a month, 30 days, I think, and they put us on train and sent us to Newport News, Virginia. Newport News, Virginia, and put us on a boat there. Liberty West, I'll never forget it. And of course, the Germans, they were raising hell in Europe everywhere, and they were all out in the Atlantic, but they were sending us to Europe. And they sent the 93rd to the South Pacific. The 2 black
Infantry divisions.
Right. The South Pacific. So, well, we converted the U-boats. We went north. I'll never get that little man. I wish I could have died. That we went on a troop carrier. We were really, it was a cargo ship, but they had converted it to carry soldiers.
Right.
I got so sick, man. But anyway.
From the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we finally sailed, dodged U-boats and everything to the Straits of Gibraltar.
Okay.
And round through the Straits of Gibraltar to Italy.
Okay.
And up the boot, Italy to Lerno, and beyond Rome.
Okay.
That's where I went in combat.
Right.
Beyond Rome. My division, the second, was put in combat there. And we fought via Reggio, Florence, right on up to the Po Valley.
To the Po Valley.
That's where it ended.
Okay.
And
So you were a part of the 92nd in Italy, fighting against the Nazis, and the 93rd went to the South Pacific. 92nd went to Europe, and specifically to Italy and beyond Rome. So you fought from where to the Po Valley? Your unit?
Anzio Beachhead.
That's right, Anzio.
That just because, you see, the Allies decided not to attack Rome.
Right.
It was a holy city.
Mm-hmm.
They spared it. So they went around into the Mediterranean and established a beachhead beyond Rome.
Right.
Anzio, I think.
That's right.
And we went on up. I went in up. That's where I ended up there.
Okay.
And we went, of course, all the way up that Mediterranean coast to the Po Valley.
Mm-hmm.
The war ended in Europe. We were getting ready to cross the Po River.
Okay.
Mussolini was caught in the square in Milano.
Right.
They hang him in the Milano, in the square.
Mm.
And we were ready to go after him. But, of course, the blacks didn't get too much recognition or credit for what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But that Japanese outfit,
Mm-hmm.
they had a Japanese outfit now from Hawaii.
Okay.
Oh boy, those guys. They came in, if it weren't for them, probably, the Germans would have beat us, I guess. But they came in and joined us
Okay.
and helped us go up the western coast of Italy to the Po River. To the Po River. What was the name of that outfit? Tedeschi. It was a Hawaiian outfit. It was Japanese, all Japanese. But they were crack outfit. They pulled them off the western front in France and brought them to the southern front, that's where we were in Italy, to help us push the Germans back because they had already pushed them off the English Channel and coming in from the west. But we needed to get from the south to make that pincer movement on Germans up there in Austria, in Germany, in France, in northern France. So that's where the Japanese came in, and we were on one side, they were on the other, and brother, they fought with them Japanese. If it weren't for them, we couldn't have done it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Good to know. All right. So that's kind of your experience as a Buffalo Soldier, where you fought, and how did you end up? How you closed at the Po Valley? That's when the war finally ended, and your unit was finally stopped at the Po Valley.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to get back stateside?
Well, now, the war went on in the East, in Japan, a couple of 3 months later. What happened is, after the war, after Germany capitulated, and the war was over in Europe, I remember my company, they had me to go through my company. And those who had not been in the army over 2 years were immediately sent to South Pacific to help kill the Germans. I mean,
The Japanese, right?
Everybody who had been there, approximately, it wasn't, they did it by points, what you had done in combat and all that. But we had to classify all the men in our outfit, and those who had not been in as long and done as much, they went first to the South Pacific. And then they had to stay, do something with us.
Right.
But until the ships could go over there and deliver them and come back and get us. And it took 2 months, a month or two to do this. So they created a university training center. University training center in Florence City. I'll never forget it. The Army, U.S. Army University Training Center.
In Florence, Italy.
Italy. And every soldier in your outfit who had an AJCC, Adjutant General Classification Test score, that's an IQ test,
Right.
of 100 or above, was eligible to go there if he had over 2 years of service.
Okay.
All they looked. And I qualified.
Okay.
I had an AGCT of 110.
All right.
And I got in that group, went to University of Florence, UT Training Center, the Army U.S. Training Center for 2 months. That's what we did. I went up there, and boy, we had a good time. I enjoyed it. But it's college training.
And that was waiting until the ships could get back.
Get back, and of course the Army ended within the time that 2 or 3 months after Europe, the Japanese coming to them.
Right.
But the war, I was in school in Florence, Italy, when they packaged me up. I mean, after the war ended.
Okay.
When the war ended.
Okay.
And I came home, and I had to make up my mind what I was going to do. And I had a choice. I was eligible. I had IQ to go to college. I had a chance to. I could have gotten a commission and stayed in the Army and made a career of it. So I had to make a choice. And when the U.S. Congress passed a GI bill that made all veterans eligible to go to college free. Do you remember that?
I do.
Free. That solved my problem.
That made your mind up.
That made my mind up.
Okay.
I busted out of the Army in a Clark College 2.5 years. Graduated Valor class in 1948.
Top of your class? Graduated top of your class?
Valor class. Valedictorian with class. Clark College 48.
1948.
Clark Atlanta University now.
Right.
And what did I do after that? I went to Michigan. Did the MBA in Michigan.
Oh, okay. So
There
you
were 5 of us black soldiers up there doing MBAs at the University of Michigan. I graduated University of Michigan MBA in 1950.
All right. You graduated Clark, 48. Clark College.
Yeah.
Valedictorian in 1948.
Yes, summer. It took me a
1948.
year and a half in Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, and I came back to
Atlanta.
Clark
After that?
College. Came back to Clark College.
Okay.
James Brawley, one of my frat brothers. He was Alpha Phi Alpha frat brother.
Oh, you're an A5.
He was president, yeah. He was president of Clark. And he needed somebody to teach business.
Right.
Business, he had a business department.
Okay.
And I had a master's in business here. So he wrote me a letter up there while I was graduating at Michigan. Say, I understand you're finishing, I need you down here at your alma mater. It's my good frat brother, Alpha Phi Alpha, James B. Brawley, hired me out of Michigan. I came down and started teaching at Clark College in 1950.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.